Hey, folks, Dave back here in the friendly confines of Studio B and taking a break from the basketball. And I know that that's going to be good news for some because I've been hitting the basketball hard. Really, really been liking the basketball as you can see. That bank shot's fun. So I got more seasons coming. Like I say, I load it up because I know it's something I'm going to play a lot, and that's going to be in my rotation. So, but anyway, here tonight we're going to be playing. We are headed. Hang on a sec. We are headed to Washington Park the Fourth, Washington Park 4, and we will have a game here tonight between the Kansas City Packers and the Brooklyn Tiptops. Because I know that you've been dying to see some 1915 baseball from the Federal League. Okay, I'm glad I didn't put MLB on that, but it is the Federal League, if you will. And Barbara comes by. Yes, Barbara said she wanted to see some 1915 baseball, right? I think. So we said, no, she didn't. But we're going to do that here. So let me get my card spread out a little bit so you can see it. We'll get the scores a little bit better. Try to center everything. And we should be good to go. And, it's the Kansas City Packers. It's not the Kansas City Royals, Ron. It's the Kansas City Packers, if you will. And I got my handy-dandy score sheet. And what I did is I set up the score sheet in Affinity Designer or Publisher, one of the two. So I got my baseball score sheet set up. So all I got to do is go in and type out the players and the ratings. And it comes out really nice because my writing is terrible. So I have a nice score sheet here to keep track of everything. And so we're playing some Federal League baseball here. And you notice the corners are rounded. But I didn't have to round them because they come rounded with APBA. so it saved me a lot of time because I have a lot of APBA seasons too. But I do like these cards and I do like the corners. And so that's why I've cornered a lot of my other stuff there. Larry comes by. Good to see you, Larry. Good talking to you the other day, by the way. Florida wrapped it up last night. They were just too good for Edmonton. Yeah. I watched that whole, I actually, while I was playing my bank shot basketball here, I was watching the game on a computer, and that was kind of fun, so I could actually watch and play it down here at the same time. And so it was, I kind of liked it, and I was glad for Marshawn. If it wasn't for Marshawn, I probably wouldn't have been rooting for Florida, but they had a couple of these. I was kind of rooting for Corey Perry, the older guy, being an older guy. You like to see older guys do well. And, would have been nice for McDavid and Canada and the whole bit. But I'm just as fine this way, too. So that is that. All righty. So let's see. I'm going to introduce you to the guys here because I know that, you might have forgot who played for who. So we have for Kansas City, Chadbourne, Rawlings, Stovall, Perring, Shaw, Bradley, Gilmore, Brown, and Cullip on the mound. And for the other guys, Cooper, Halt, Koff, Evans, Smith, Anderson, Land, Howard, and Happy Finneran. Happy days. It is Happy Finneran. He's such a happy guy, at least right now. So we got the Federal League on the mound here as we try to set up and play. I'm kind of going lazy here with the scoreboard tonight, but you'll get the gist of it. All righty. So we're going to have Chadbourne coming up here, and let's see if I can remember how to play APBA baseball. This is my go-to game. I don't know if Florida will three-peat. It all depends who they bring back. If they bring back that same team, it's quite possible. It is quite possible. All right, so Chadbourne against Happy Finneran. And here we go. We're off and running at Washington Park 4 here in Brooklyn. All righty, and so we got a 64, and that will be a 12. And so 1232. They're both off of fielding 3, by the way. That's pretty bad. Both fielding is pretty bad here. If I did my math right, fielding is pretty bad. So we got a 12 over here, and that's going to be a ground ball down the first base. And Claude Cooper will make the play. He's usually an outfielder, but he makes the play. And so that's going to be a G3, and we have one away. And Ron's rooting for the Packers. Yes, he is, because he's a Kansas City guy. So now we have Johnny Rawlings. They call him Johnny. They call him Johnny Baseball. Johnny Rawlings. And we have a 25, and a 25 is a 10. And off a B pitcher, a 10 is a hit into right field, and that's going to drop in for a base hit. So Rawlings gets the single because he likes to mingle. So Rawlings is on. So we have one on and one away. As we have, we have Brooklyn fans and we have Kansas City fans. So let's see how that goes, right? Let's see which team is Kansas City packing, or is Brooklyn going to be tip top tonight? That's where we are. That's our storyline. We talk storylines all the time, and that's what we got. And by the way, the feedback was really good. By the way, on the last show, we got a lot of feedback on that on YouTube and on Facebook. So I was pretty happy to hear that. Sometimes you get a topic that just works. All right, so one away, man on first. So I got to flip my book here. Got a man on first, and here comes. Oh, they call him George Stovall, but they really call him the Firebrand. They call him Firebrand Stovall, probably because of the stove, right? Stove reference, I guess. All righty, here it is. A 32. It's going to get me a 26, and that's going to be hit down to second base. And flip to second in time, and they're just going to get the 1. So Rawlings is out. Stovall hits into a fielder's choice as the second baseman, Howard, goes to halt at short. And now we have 2 away with a man on first. And now we have George Perring coming up here. Let's see if Perring is going to make this happen. So we have a 46, and that's going to be a 29. And a 29 is... Is he a Y? No, he's not a Y. So it's going to be hit back to the mound, and that'll do it in the inning. So Perring hits it right back to Happy Finner, and he is happy. He gives up a single, but no runs, and that'll do it. So at the end of half an inning here in Brooklyn, it is going to be no score. All right, so now we have Nick Cullip on the mound. And we have Claude Cooper coming in to hit for the Tiptops. All righty, Cooper is the first baseman here. And we have a 42 for Cooper, and it's going to be a 14. And a 14 is ball 4. And so Cooper is on with a walk. And we have a man on first base. And that's going to bring up Halt. We're not going to bunt yet. We're not going to bunt. We're just going to go with it. Alan comes by. Hi, Alan. Thanks for coming by. And so we got Alva William Al Halt. Well, let's see what Halt's going to do here with a man on first. A 26. That's going to be a 27. And he's not X strikeout, so it's going to be hit down to third base. And Bradley's only play is to first. So Cooper gets down to second. And that'll be a G5. So we have 1 away and a man on second. As Scott comes by. As we're playing a little bit of, so now we have run on second. A little bit of 1915 Federal League. These are made up by my friend Chris White out there, and he does all my printing like that. And it just adds something. I just like putting stuff on the table. All right, so we have Benny Koff. Koff? I don't know. We're going to call him Benny Koff, right? Benny, speak to me, Benny. All right, here we go. We got a man on second base, 1 away for the Tiptops. And a 41 is a 24. And this is an infield pop-up. The shortstop coming over, and Rawlings will make the catch. And that's going to be a P5, and now we have 2 away. And Alan grew up in Brooklyn, too. So we got a lot of Brooklyn people in here today. How many of you went to this game? This game was, this is an actual game. This is a Dave Classic Rewind. This was June 29th, 1915. So how many of you went to this game in 1915? I'm betting a couple people might have went. So now we have Louis Steve Evans coming up here. He's the right fielder. So we have a man on second and 2 away. No doubles yet. So we got a 13, and that's going to be a 14, and that's going to be ball 4. And so now a little bit of trouble here as he gets the second walk of the inning. So it's first and second now. And that'll bring up the dreaded Fred Smith. Fred will be playing third base tonight. And you know what's kind of neat is Baseball Reference, they had the box score for this game. So I was able to get the actual lineup. I thought that was pretty cool. So I wasn't sure if I could get lineups for this game because it's so old. But yep, I did. I do. And yes, we have a lot of ancient baseball here tonight. Yeah. Oh, Ernie comes by. Ernie's, I didn't see you there. So we have Ernie's in week 10 is game-winning drive replay of last year's NFL season. Trying to finish the season in the playoffs before this year. That's interesting. So you're in week 10. Game-winning drive is so fun. I love the drive-by-drive games. And that was one of the first I played, and you never forget your first. And so, yeah. So game-winning drive is right up there. But that's awesome. You're playing all the games. I actually did that with 82. Well, at least I started to print out the score sheets to play 82, and I didn't get very far. But that was many years ago. My state-of-the-art scoreboard for basketball, then use this antiquated one for old-time baseball. Well, I really want to get in on the cards on this one here. I can get a lot more focus with the cards with this old-time scoreboard. So, yeah. Oh, boy. So Allen was born before the Dodgers left for L.A. That's interesting. D. Smith comes by. He's rooting for KC, so we have a clashing chat room here, rooting for different teams, you know. And the Tiptops, says Chris, were named after a bread called Tip-Top bread. I did not know that. Now, I imagine the Packers were some kind of meat packing plant, I would imagine, right? I can imagine. All right, so we got first and second, and we have 2 outs, and it's going to be Fred Smith. Fred Smith swings, and a 41 is a 24, and that's going to be hit down to second base, and that will do it in the inning. So we got no runs. No hits. They leave 2. And so we're now going to go to the second here in Brooklyn. And Happy Finneran comes back out on the mound looking all happy. And leading things off is going to be Shaw here in the second. And here we go. All right, let me get back to bases empty. Let me get some of my ginger ale. Okay. And so here we go. So we got Al Shaw coming up. It is Nick Cullop. Yep, Nick Cullop. Yep, Norman Andrew Nick Cullop is what his name is. So, yep, that's what we got. Nick Cullop. Grade A pitcher, by the way. We have grade A against grade B tonight. And, Chris says the team owner was Robert Ward, who also owned the Ward Baking Company. Interesting. I suppose there was a lot of that back in the day, I would imagine. All right, so let's get Shaw the pitch here. And it's a 24, and that'll be a 13. And you know what 13 is? Strike him out. So Shaw will go down. That's our first strikeout of the day. Oh, I bet it was a long road trip from KC to Brooklyn in 1915. Yeah, you got to think that, you know, it was probably a long train ride, I would imagine. All righty. Now we got Bill Bradley. Don't call me wild. Bill Bradley. 63. That's going to be a 32. And a 32 is, it's going to be a lazy fly ball into right field. Coming over is my right fielder, Evans. And he will make the catch. So we get 2 away here in the top of the second. Just the 1 hit. That was from Rawlings back in the first. All righty. Now we get Grover Gilmore. All right. Let's see what Grover can do. Grover gets a 16. That'll be a 28. Some terrible numbers here. And this is hit down the short. And it's a 1-2-3 inning for a Happy Finneran. So we go to the bottom of the second here in Brooklyn. And it's still absolutely nothing to absolutely nothing. So we have Anderson coming up. This is Andy Anderson. Call him the double A. He's the left fielder. Andy Anderson. Oh, it is a 55, and that'll be an 8. Against an A, though. And that's going to be, he popped it up. He got under it. He hit it well, but he popped it up, and that's going to go to third base. And coming over is our third baseman, Bradley, and Bradley will haul that in. Nice, easy catch. So a 55 goes goes by the board. And so now we get Grover Land. We got a lot of Grovers here. Grover Land is our catcher. And he bats right. And here's a 46. And that'll be a 32. And that'll be a fly ball into right field. And coming over is the right fielder, Gilmore. And Gilmore is very happy. And he'll make that catch. And now we have Dave Howard, the second baseman, with 2 away. A 53 is a 21, and that's chopped down to first base. Coming over is our first baseman, Stovall, and he's going to muff that one. It's going to be an E3, so Howard is on with an error. And that's going to bring up the pitcher, Finneran, now. So Happy Finneran will come to bat with a man on first with 2 away. And let's see what Finneran does, right? Let's see what the pitcher does. And we have a 26. That'll be a 27. And that will be a ground ball down to third base. Easily gobbled up. And that will do it. So, after 2 innings of play, it's all zeros here. It is nothing to absolutely nothing. So we're going to go to the third. Finneran will just stay out here on the mound, right? And so we're in the third. And it's going to be Brown. What can Brown do for you? Let's see if Drummond Brown, Mr. Drummond, let's see what Mr. Drummond can do, right? In a scoreless third inning. And this is the catcher, Brown. Oh, 55 is an 8 against a B. And hit into center field, but coming over is the center fielder. Cuff with a nice stab. And we have a fly ball to center field, and there's 1 away. So now we have Cullip coming up. This is the pitcher. So we have the pitcher hitting. As Chris says, I just looked up the Kansas City Packers, and it said that they were the visiting team in the first game that was played in what is now known as Wrigley Field. Interesting. Yeah, I imagine they shared a lot of things back in the day. All right, so we have the pitcher Cullip and a 63. That's going to be a 32, and that's going to be hit into right field. It's going to be a nice, easy catch by Evans, and so now we have 2 away. And it's going to bring up the top of the order, Chadbourne. Pop Chadbourne, they call him. Let's see if he's going to pop one out of here or not. No score, top of the third. And we have a 56. That'll be a 34. And that's going to be a pop up to the shortstop. And so it's another 1, 2, 3 inning for Finneran. All right, so Cullip comes back out on the mound. We're going to go to the bottom of the third. And the score is still absolutely nothing to absolutely nothing. All right, so it's the Packers take the field, and we're going to have the top of the order coming up. Claude William Cooper coming up to lead off the third. And, it's going to be a 22. And that's going to be a 7 off a pitcher. And a 7 off an A pitcher is going to be a bloop in the left field. And you know what that means. That's a single because he likes to mingle. So Cooper is on. All righty. I'd like to say I'm going to bunt him over, but we haven't got a hit all night. So it doesn't make any sense to do a bunt, right? Because it's just going to give him a free out. So we're going to hit. We're going to hit away. So man on first. The leadoff man is on. And now we have Alva William Al Halt. So Al, let's see if he puts a halt to this scoreless game. So we have a 15. That will be 11A. And 11A, that's going to be a single into center field. And the runner goes to third. And Halt is going to steal a base. So it's going to be a single 2 bases because he likes to mingle. And then he will steal. So Brooklyn now, second and third. So good thing we didn't bunt, right? We have runners at second and third. Oh, got to get my Canada Dry ginger ale. And that's going to be Benny Koff. Let's see. Is Koff going to choke? Or is Koff going to come up with a play? Here we go. Second and third. Absolutely nobody out. Back-to-back singles and a stolen base for Brooklyn. Here we go. And it's a 32, and that's a 26. And they're playing deep, so it's going to be second base takes the sure out at first. Everybody advances a base. So scoring is Cooper. Halt goes down to third, and Koff's going to get the ground out. So we got one away, but that's going to give a run over here. So now I got to get my my fancy dancy scoreboard here to put up a run. And we have a run on the board here as it's 1-0 for Brooklyn. And they put that up on the scoreboard on Wall Street, right? Or 4th Street, wherever it was. They put those scoreboards up. And Koff comes through with a ground ball. And so now we have a runner on third. And that runner down there is Halt. He's a fast runner, by the way. So runner on third, one away, and we got Evans coming up. So let's see what Evans is going to do. All right, let me get Evans on the field here so we can see him. All right, so here's Evans with the nice rounded corners. All right, this is the rounded corner channel. 43 for Evans. That's a 29 off of Cullip. And a 29 is off the end of the bat to the pitcher. Runner will hold. And so that's the least thing they wanted. So a G1. So we got 2 outs now, and Halt has to stay where he is. Couldn't even get him home. Yeah, this is my lazy scoreboard one. I don't want to bring out the other. I need to get the other one from Al. He's got a smaller scoreboard that would fit perfectly right here, and I think it's angled enough that you could see it. But like I said, the bigger one, it's nice with all the people on the base, but sometimes I just want to simplify things, and I don't want all that in the way. So I'm just kind of going with this tonight, the lazy man. This is my lazy scoreboard. All right, so we got 2 outs, a man on third. Fred Smith, 62, 39, and with a man on third base, and that's going to be a fly ball into right field, and coming over is Gilmore. He'll make the catch. So they do get one here in the third, and so we're going to head to the 4th inning here, and it's 1-0 for the home team. All righty, so let's bring out these guys. So who was the last at bat? That was Freddie Smith. Okay, so he's going to sit over here. So now we're going to bring out Finneran. Happy Finneran. And he's pitching a 1-hitter right now. He's got a 1-hitter going. That single in the first is the only hit in the game. So Rawlings will come up. Rawlings got that hit, ironically. So Rawlings will come up to bat here against Finneran in the 4th. And we have a 13. That's going to be a 23. And that's going to be a ground ball off the shortstop glove. That's going to be another error. And so Rawlings hits it down the short, and Halt can't come up with it. And that's the second error of the game. And this is the first one, though, on Brooklyn. So shortstop, Halt can't make the play. So now we have a man on first base. So the tying runs on first base here for the Packers. Stovall will come up. I need to put my AC back on. 1 second. I had turned that off because it was getting cool down here, but now with all the lights on, it's hot, and I don't like to do this when I'm hot. It's aggravating. Okay, so we get the E6, and it's going to be Stovall coming up, and Stovall hit into a fielder's choice. So, did Woodrow Wilson throw out the first pitch? That's a good question. 1915, I'm not sure. I'm not sure who it was that threw out the first pitch. Stovall and Happy Finneran. There we go. Man on first, a 41. Some terrible rolls here. A 24. Hit down the short. Could be 2, and it is. So that's a double play. And Stovall just erases everybody off the bases, doesn't he? And so now with 2 outs and nobody on, we got Perring, George Perring, who grounded back to the mound, which is humiliating. And a 61 this time. It's going to be a 39. And that's swing and a miss. Strike one. Don't usually get that, but sometimes 39 is a weird one. 46 is a 29. And guess what? 29. This is down to first base. No, back to the mound. Right back to the mound again. Perring hits 2 back-to-back to the pitcher. And he is out, and that ends the inning. So an error doesn't really hurt them. As we go to the bottom of the 4th, it is still 1-0 for the home team here at Washington Park 4. I did my research, kind of. So we got Andy Anderson coming up as David Railfan comes by. I did pull out the time machine. That's what I do. That's what's great about the Dave's Classic Rewind. I can go back in time and play any game I want, and I'm not committed to anything. I can just kind of go back in time and play a game and have some fun with it. All righty. So speaking about having fun, let's see if Anderson has some fun here. Anderson, a 51, is a 9 against an A pitcher and struck him out with the 9. Ooh, that's a bummer. So that's going to be a struck him out. So that's the first strikeout for Cullip, an A pitcher. That's his first strikeout here. Okay. So now we have one of the Grovers coming up, Grover Land. We have a couple of Grovers on this team, I think. But we have Grover Cleveland Land. Do you think he was named after somebody famous by chance? By chance? Grover Land. And we got a 26. It's going to give me a 24. And that's going to be routine down the shortstop. And so we have 2 away, just like that. So now we have Dave Howard coming up. Don't confuse him with Mo Howard. It is Dave Howard. But they were probably around the same time, right? He was around during the Three Stooges at this point, right? All right, Dave Howard. And we got a 54. That's going to be a 32. And it's going to be a fly into center field. And coming over is Chad Bourne. And he'll make the catch. And that'll do it. So, nothing doing for the Tiptops. They still got the 1 run, though. And they will take that 1-run lead into the 5th. And coming up to bat is going to be Al Shaw. I wonder if he's related to Alan Shaw, our friend here on the channel, Alan Shaw. So we'll see if we have an out relative to Alan Shaw. He could be the 4th Stooge. You never know, right? So Shaw will lead off the 5th. Again, there's only been the 1 hit off of Happy Finneran, and that was from Rawlings, right? I'm looking back here, just the 1 hit. And the other guy, Cullip, has only given up 2 hits. So not a lot of hitting going on here. Mo Howard would have been 18. Oh, you never know. All right, Shaw with a 42. That gives me a 40. And grounded foul, so we got strike 1. A lot of those weird ones here in this game. Kind of neat. A 14, 30. And that's going to be a fly ball into left field. And Shaw will fly out, and there's 1 away. So the sun's starting to set here at Washington Park 4. And so we need to make sure we get this game in before the sun sets, because there's no lights back there. We learned that from the 1899 Spiders, and right, Mr. Hetrick, he told us all about baseball back in the day. I wish he made it. I wish he made it to the convention, because he had some stories. I mean, we could have had story time with Hetrick, and it would have been really great. All right, Bradley, Milton Bradley, 62 is a 27, and that's going to be hit down to third base, and he will be tossed out. So there's 2 outs here in the 5th. And now we have Grover Gilmore. So each team with a Grover. We have a Grover Land and a Grover Gilmore. There's a lot of Grovers back in the day. I don't know what it is. That was way before Sesame Street, too. Right? So here we go. 2 away. And a 36 is a 14. And ball 4, he put him on base with a walk. So he gets the free pass. He gets the Pantera walk. And now we get Brown coming up. Mr. Drummond Brown, with a man on first. He is the catcher, hitting 8th. A 64. That's going to be a 12. And that's going to be hit down to second base, and they'll get the force out at, we're just going to call it a G4. And that'll be that. So, nothing doing again for the Packers. Right? And in this game, Kansas City was 38-27, and Brooklyn was 30-35. So Kansas City was the better team actually coming into this game, if you will. So, that is that. So Cullip will come back out onto the mound. Nothing doing at the top of the 5th. A lot of zeros here. A lot of zeros. And now we have Finneran's actually going to be the hitter. So Finneran comes up. He'll lead off the inning. Right, Finneran. All righty. So Finneran will lead things off. And Chris says, I was wondering about whether Woodrow Wilson threw out the first pitch. Said there was no evidence of any president threw out a first pitch in the Federal League. Yeah, maybe they didn't. Maybe the Federal League was off limits for them. I don't know. Fellow New Jersey resident there as well. Some Roads comes by. All right, so we have Finneran's hitting. So I got to make sure I look off of his card. So Brooklyn's at bat. It's the pitcher Finneran. And a 41 is a 27. And he's going to hit that down to third base. And that will be our first out of the inning. So now we have our regular batters coming up. So we have Claude Cooper coming up. And Scott says, I can picture these players going out in the town after the game to see a silent film or a vaudeville show, then out to the taverns, and then get back to the hotel in time. Yeah, I think they all just went out. They either caught the train or they went to the local saloon, or, the stories were abound with these people here. The A pitchers are tough to beat, but a Brooklyn win would be nice. Well, it's 1-0, and they are taking it to Mr. Cullip, who's a grade A pitcher. And so we have Cooper now. Mr. Cooper, a 31 is a 9, but we said a 9 is strike him out. Oh, those 9s are killers on the A pitcher. So we have 2 away, and now we have Halt coming up. Al Halt, who actually, I think he committed an error in this game. Yeah, he committed an error back in the 4th, but he's already forgot about it because he's a professional. He forgets all about it, And so now we have Halt coming up. Oh, he's got a single. He's got one of the 2 hits in this game. There's 3 hits in this game. 2 for Brooklyn. He's got one of them. Oh, there we go. The 0. Uh-oh. Al Halt gets a hold of this one. And it is gone. The 66 and an 11 back to back. And that's going to be a home run. Let me just double check here. Yes, that one is gone. A home run for Halt. And just like that, it is 2-0. Dun, dun, dun. I need to get my 2s. Where are my 2s? There are my 2s. The terrible 2s. We call them the terrible 2s. That is gone. And so the Tiptops are in tip-top shape. They have a 2-0 lead here over the Kansas City Packers. And Some Road says, great job in the last podcast with Vin. Yeah, that was a fun talk. Sometimes we have these talks here that are just really, really fun. And that was a good one. A lot of stuff to talk about in that. And we're still talking about that. That's a big topic. So Al Halt puts it out, and that is gone. So now coming up is Koff. So we still have that was a 2-out home run, by the way. 2 outs. And we have Koff coming up. Let's see if he's going to take any syrup for that Koff. And here we go. A 24. And that's a 31. And again, I don't have these memorized. And that's a hit into center field, and that will end the inning. But they get the homer. And we're going to go to the 6th here in Brooklyn. Sun's starting to set, and it's starting to set quickly on the Packers. Imagine that. We got a team in baseball called the Packers, and they're not from Green Bay. So Happy Finneran comes back on the mound. He's got a 2-0 lead right now. And we have Cullip. Actually, the pitcher's coming up. Hang on. So the pitcher's coming up. We're going to let him hit. He's an A pitcher. He's doing well. It's not his fault. His team can't get any runs, right? And here we go. So call up the pitcher. So we're going to read off of his card. I want to make sure I get this right. And a 42 is a 13. Uh-oh. Struck him out. So call up will take the pitch, strike 3, and we have 1 away. So Chad Bourne will come up. Let's see what Chad can do. They call him Pop. We're going to call him Pop. They are the good Packers. If you say. I don't have any problem with the Packers. Any of the Packers. Chad Bourne, 26. Terrible rolls here for Kansas City. And a 27 is down to third base, and he is out. So 2 away quickly here in the top of the 6th. And it's going to be Rawlings. Rawlings has the only hit of the game. Is Finneran posting a 1-hitter here. Rawlings is the only hit of the game. Here we go. Oh, no! He might have another one. That's a 0. Can this get out of here and cut the lead in half? Rawlings, 55. That's a 2. And that's going to be a triple. Oh, it hits the wall. It stays in the park. It's a triple. Rawlings, a 2-out triple. He was that close to putting a run on the board. So now, a runner on third. But there's 2 away as Stovall comes up, and he's done absolutely nothing. So Firebrand Stovall is going to have to get something done here. Oh, let's see. Now, they did pinch hit for a couple guys in this game. They pinch hit for Rawlings and then the pitcher. And Brooklyn just went with their lineup the whole game. So it gives me an idea. So Rawlings and the pitcher. So if I have to, I have to. But right now, we're going to leave Stovall in. Come on. I need a single here, an error, something. Man on third base. 2 away. Stovall. Oh, 54, 32. And it's going to be a fly ball in the right field, and that will end the threat. So we go to the bottom of the 6th. It's still a 2-0 score. Cullip will come back out on the mound. Again, Cullip pitching well. He's only got a 3-hitter going. And so in the bottom of the 6th, it's going to be Evans coming up here. All righty. So here we go with Evans. And we got a 65. Oh, this one is, I think that's a pop-up to the catcher, right? And, yeah, popped it out to the catcher. I just leave it as that. I know some of the new books change it, but an out's an out to me. So pops it out to the catcher. 1 away. All right, Fred Smith. Don't confuse him with Fred Stanfield or Dallas Smith. We don't want to do that. Ooh, Smith gets a 0. Oh, boy, so they're starting to hit Cullip here. They're starting to hit him. And a 26 is going to be a 6. And a 6 is a hit into the gap, and that's going to be 2 bases. So Smith will scoot around, and he'll get in the second with a double. So now we have the Tiptops with a man on second base. And coming up, we have Andy Anderson, who's done absolutely nothing tonight. So this could be another insurance run here. Anderson with a man on second, 1 away. A 43 is a 29. And routine grounder to first, and the runner will go to third. So it's going to be a G3, and Smith will go down to third base. So now the Tiptops have a runner on third with 2 away. And let's see what Grover on this side can do. We have Grover Land. So we have Grover, was it Grover Gilmore or something like that? And now we have Grover Land. We have a couple of Grovers here. Grover Cleveland Land, if you will, you know. And Scott's been a Bears fan for a long time. All righty. Man on third. 2 outs in a 2-0 game. Bottom of the 6th. And we got a 41. That's going to give me a 24. And that's going to be hit down to shortstop. And that will end it here on the G6. So that will do it here. We will go to the 7th. And it still remains 2 to absolutely nothing. Finneran doing well. We'll come back out to pitch. And Perring will lead us off here. So let me get my book back to first base. And again, this is my relaxing game at night. I can just kind of play and not to worry about too much. APBA Basic, my late night game. It's not very late tonight, but I'm tired. I was up late last night doing basketball with you guys. Or was I doing basketball? Did I do last night? No, I did today. I was out watching the game last night. I was playing basketball, but I don't think I was on last night. Perring! A pair of grounders to first. Let's see if he gets it past the mound, right? He's our second baseman today. If he doesn't get it past the mound, he's out of here. So we have a 65. That's just as bad. He popped it up to the catcher. So he hasn't even hit the ball more than like 30 feet today. One away. Alan Shaw. They call him Albert. Oh, there we go. We get the 0-0 again. Alan Shaw gets a hold of this one. And a 42 is a 2, and that will be a triple. Oh, boy. So Shaw, that's the second triple of the day, and now with one out, they have a runner on third base. So can we get the runner home? Packers need a run badly. Here in the top of the 7th, one away, man on third. And here comes Bill Bradley. Come on, Bill. What do you got? Finneran gets the sign. He's trying to throw his best stuff here. Oh, no, Bradley gets the 0. Are we looking at extra innings? Oh, come on. Bradley gets a hold of it. And back-to-back. Oh, it's only a 2, though. And that'll be another triple. Back-to-back triples. That's not – he doesn't have a home run. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Back-to-back 66s, and it's back-to-back triples. So Shaw will score. Bradley to third. And it's going to be 2-1. Thought he hit it well, but he's not a home run hitter. So – a lot of action going on here now in the 7th. Still one away and still a man on third base, if you will. So Finneran showing signs of getting a little tired here. Back-to-back triples. So now we have Grover Gilmore. Let's see what Grover Gilmore can do. This is power hitting. Yes, it is. And we got a 61. Now that's going to be a 40. And that's going to be... The shortstop drops the pop-up. He drops it. The runner will stay. So it's going to be an E6, and we got first and third. And that's going to be halt. That's the second error of the game on halt. So he drops it, and that brings up Brown. Yeah, we might have to call the game due to darkness. So it's first and third, one away. We're going to play double play depth. First and third for Brown. Then you got the pitcher. Now you have a dilemma, depending on what happens here, because you got the pitcher coming up, and they did pinch hit for him. So Fenner comes by. Hi, Fenner. Dead ball goodness? Yeah, awesome. Is this dead ball? I don't know. This is 1915 Federal League. You know me, I like my crazy teams, and I don't mean to disrespect any team calling them crazy, but not the normal teams. And that's why I get a whole bunch of more bank shot basketball coming in, because I like my crazy teams. All right, Brown the catcher, flied out and grounded out. First and third, one away. Brown, a 52, a 27. And this is, okay, so it's hit down to third base. He's going to look the runner back and go to first. All right, so he's going to go G5. So we have 2 outs, and it's second and third now. So the runner takes second on the play. And now it's the pitcher. So what do we do? All right, folks. This is where I need your help. And I got you itching to play APBA. All right, this is what we got. We got second and third. 2 outs, and the pitcher coming up. Do we have the pitcher hit, or do we take him out here in the 7th? I got an A pitcher. And I'm bringing in a D pitcher. Ted Easterly pinch hit and actually got a hit in this game. So I could bring in the pinch hitter, or I could leave him in. I mean, we're in this. It's 2 outs. That's the thing. So if he pops out, then I wasted my pitcher. But you got a scoring chance here. So Easterly would be my guy. He's the guy that actually hit. So Easterly is looking to come in, and then my pitcher coming in would be Blackburn. And he's a grade D. So I'm just kind of throwing that out there. Dead ball Raley pinch hit. So we're going to let Cullip hit. Oh, you guys are the gourmet around here. I don't know. I just roll the dice. All right. So we're gonna let Cullip hit. So the pitcher comes in. Let's see if this works or not. So we're gonna let him hit. So Cullip will hit. Happy Finneran digs in, facing his nemesis. Second and third. 1 run in. It's a 1-run game. This is the best chance the Packers have had. Here we go. And it's a 45, and that's a 14, and that's ball 4. It is ball 4. Good call. Good call, and the bases are loaded. Bases are loaded, and that'll bring up the top of the order. So Cullip draws the walk. Finneran in a little bit of trouble now. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Whoo, here we go. And you can hear the organ player. Din, 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 din. Or the piano player, whatever it was. Top of the order, Chadbourne. Bases loaded. 2 outs. Chadbourne. 63. That's a 31. Well hit in the center field. Uh-oh. Going back is Koff. Koff will make the catch. And that will end the inning. Oh, they leave the bases loaded. They get 1, but they leave the bases loaded. And so it remains 2-1. So Cullip stays on the mound, thanks to the chat room. And the bottom of the inning now, Howard come up. Yeah, they made a lot more errors with the oven mitts. Yeah, having an oven mitt was probably like a good glove back in the day. And you can't blame that one on the pitcher. Nope, you can't. All right, so we have Howard coming up now. Dave Howard. And Dave Howard is got on base with an error and then flied out. So we have a 63. That'll be a 32. And that's going to be a fly ball into right field. And there'll be 1 away here in the 7th. Bottom of the 7th. All right, so now we have Finneran coming up. He's going to hit. All right, in a 2-1 game, he's going to hit. Errors are brutal in dead ball, but make the game so tense. Yeah. And the fans throw their straw hats down. Dave's board gaming coming by. Dave, I love your stuff there. I like to look at your channel and see what's going on over there. Chris Horn jumps in. Most likely a 45 would have been a walk for the pitcher. For the pinch hitter too. Oh, well, I can check. What would we say? It was a 45? 45 would have been a 14. Yes, it would have been the same. Exactly right. See, you know your stuff. You guys know your stuff. I'm picturing the baseball crowd 100 years ago. Yeah, paying the nickel to go in and drink beer and a lot of cigar smoke and probably sitting on the grass, right? All right, so we have where are we now? So 1 away, and now the pitcher Cullip will come up to hit. No, wait, Finneran's hitting, yeah, because it's the bottom of the inning. So Tiptops are hitting. So Finneran, who's grounded out to third base twice, by the way. And 12 is a 25, and he's going to hit this down to second base this time. And so we have 2 away. So Finneran can't get anything done. And so top of the order will come up, and that's going to be Claude Cooper. Have I ever watched any YouTube videos of old baseball in the era? Did they have 4K back in 1915? Because I would only watch it if it was in 4K. That's all I'm going to say. Top of the order, 2 outs here in the bottom of the 7th. 44. That's an 8A. 8A. Uh-oh, it's going to just be popped up again underneath it. Popped up to third base. P5. And that'll end the inning. So, nothing going on here for the Tiptops. Finneran comes back out on the mound, and he'll take his spot here in the 8th. He's looking pretty good. 2-1 game. I think he's got, what, a 4-hitter going? Yeah, back-to-back three triples and a single. So he's got 4-hit game going. 16 millimeter film. Yeah, that's the I think that's the same camera they used for the last Canadian Stanley Cup, right? Something like that. Was that what it is? Did they share the camera? 16 millimeter film. Yes, 8's are frustrating with A's and B's taking them away. Yeah, it is. That's why the Master Game's fun, because you get that sliding scale. I will get that going at some point. Probably not before I go away, but maybe I need to get this convention out of the way and play. And I don't mean to sound it that way, but I don't want to get involved in too much, because I'm kind of planning on going there. So I'm kind of leaving everything kind of light until I get back from play. And then I'll have a couple of months between conventions to kind of settle down and get guests back on the show and the whole bit. I said a whole bit again, didn't I? All right, so we have Rawlings coming up here in the top of the 8th. Rawlings has a hit and then 2 hits. He's got 2 hits. How about that? And to get on base with an error. So Rawlings is the man. Johnny Rawlings. They call him Johnny Baseball in Kansas City. And a 45 is a 14. And Johnny Baseball gets a walk. So he's on for the 4th time in this game. Johnny Baseball is on now. Yeah, excuse me. Wow, I just barely caught that button in time. I don't think they really bunt back in the day, you know. So we're just going to swing away. We're going to play some light baseball tonight. I'm just going to swing away and have some fun with it. And what made Finneran happy? Well, you know, Finneran's happy because it's 1915, and after the game, he's going to hang out with the boys and girls after the game and have a good time, right? So we have Stovall coming up. Yeah, I got to read more about dead ball too. I know. I hear you'll be an expert lawnmower for the game. I saw Keith's video. Yeah, I did. I see. We all have cards, and we're going to be playing different games, and then the whole bit. Hopefully, it's going to be fun. I just want to go and watch and talk to people, but I think we could have a good time doing some things. All righty. So Stovall comes up, 1 on, nobody out, and we got a 52, and that's a 27, and that's hit down to third base. The only play is the first. So we get 1 away, but that's going to move Rawlings, who's a fast runner, down to second base. So we have a runner on second now. The tying run at second. And Perring comes up. So let me see. 1 on, 1 out. So the runner's at second. Here's Perring. And Perring, hang on. Okay, now Perring is the second baseman. Do I have another second baseman? Anybody aside from this guy? Yes, Kenworthy. All righty, so Kenworthy's coming in because Perring, he's hit it to the pitcher and the catcher. So Perring is done. So Kenworthy's going to come in here in the 8th. And he will play second base. And he's actually a 5, so it's going to bring them down for fielding, but it kind of really won't matter. Because they're at the lowest fielding they can be. All right, so Kenworthy's going to... They call him the Iron Duke, by the way. The Iron Duke. As John comes by. Hey, John. And Gloria Their Times was a book, audio book, Vinny recommends. Nice. All right, so we have a runner on second, and Iron Duke comes up to the plate against Happy Finneran. The tying run is Rawlings. Kenworthy. Oh, a 22. Oh, it's a 0. Kenworthy, the Iron Duke. 21 is a 6. And that's going to be a double. And that'll get the run home. Rawlings will score. Kenworthy, a pinch hit double. And he is worthy. The Iron Duke is worthy. We're not worthy. He is worthy. And he gets the run home, and we're tied at 2. Oh, good. We're tied in the 8th. Oh, good. Oh, man. All right, so I did that right? I got the 0 and then the 6, right? Hopefully I did that right. And that is the tying run. So we could be playing here a long time. So Kenworthy gets it done. We still have a runner on second, and it's going to be Al Shaw coming up now. Take care, Vin. Thanks for coming by. We'll have to check the final score in the morning, right? Like we used to do as kids. So when we have Shaw, who walked his last time up, and a 45, a Colt 45 is a 14, and he walks, and we got first and second. Uh-oh. So Finneran, not so happy anymore. We got runners on first and second in a 2-2 game. So that early walk cost them because they got the double. There's still only one away. Yeah, 14 innings, yeah. I'm going to put a ghost runner on if I have to. I'm going to put 2 ghost runners on. Give a team 5 outs. I don't care what I got to do. So now we have Bill Bradley, first and second, one away for Bill Bradley. A 24 is a 32, and that's going to be skied into right field. And the runners hold. Do I have a fast runner on second? I didn't check. Is Kenworthy fast? Yes, Kenworthy is fast. So Kenworthy tags up on the fly to right. And so we have 2 outs, and it's first and third. So Bradley hits it well, but it is caught. Kenworthy will tag. And so we have first and third with 2 outs now. And it's going to be Grover Gilmore, who's hit it down the short a couple times. And one time he made the play, and one time he didn't. And so we have Grover Gilmore, a 43, 29, and he hit it right back to the mound. And that'll do it in the inning. So they get one. They get one in the 8th, and they've tied it up at 2-2. So we go to the bottom of the 8th. Yeah, it's Happy versus Gilmore. Yes, it was. Good catch. So Cullip is my A pitcher. He's still on the mound here in the 2-2 game. We're not going to change that. And coming up to bat is Halt, who's had a couple of errors in this game. So here we are, bottom of the 8th, 2-2. Tiptops have blown a 2-0 lead. 51 is a 9A, and that's going to be strike him out. The A pitcher fans him. 1 away. Cough. A 62, 14, and that's going to be a walk. So he strikes out a batter and he walks a batter. So Koff is a fast runner down at first, and that's going to bring up Evans, who's really done absolutely nothing tonight. And a 52 for Evans is a 27. And that's going to be hit down to third. The only play is the first, so the fast runner will get down to second base. So now we have a runner on second with 2 away, but that runner is fast, and he is the go-ahead run. So Smith can get a single here. He might drive the run home. Here we go. Fred Smith and Cullip. Oh, he gets the 11. That's the 0. Oh, no, Fred Smith. And a 46 is a 6. And that will be a double into the gap. That's a double in case of trouble. That'll drive the runner home. And that's the second double of the day for Fred Smith. And that will put the Tiptops in tip-top shape here. They will lead this one now 3-2. So we have broken the tie. I just need to get my 3 out here. So this game continues to go back and forth. So Brooklyn blows the lead, and then they get it back. So Here it is. It is 3-2 now, and we have Anderson coming up with a runner on second still. So we've had a lot of doubles and triples in this game, you know. And Scott says, I'd love to have a baseball scoreboard number for each team inning and the RHN at the end. It would pay good money for that one. Well, you need a lot of these. I mean, you need unlimited like those because you never know what you're going to get. And then you'd have to have it really wide in case they get 10 runs in an inning or more. So that would be quite the feat. I mean, if you could design one, I bet Al would do it, but that'd be quite the feat. You know, unless you come up with smaller numbers or something like that, because that would be pretty wide because you know, be like this to put it all together. But it would be neat. I see what you're saying. So we have Anderson coming up. Andy Anderson, a runner on second, and it's now 3-2 for the Tiptops. Anderson with 2 away and a 12. We got a 25, and it's going to be a line drive to the second baseman. He'll make the catch, and that'll end the inning. But they do get one. And so now, guess what, ladies and gentlemen? We're going to go to the ninth. And it is 3-2 Tiptops. And it's going to be on the arm of Happy Finneran to see if he can get it done. So we're in the ninth. And Brown's coming up, and Cullup's on deck. So I think at this point here, you would pinch hit for the pitcher in the bottom of the ninth, trailing by a run, right? Here we are, 3-2, bottom of the ninth. Brown will lead us off. And Brown with a 14, that's going to be a 30, and that's going to be a fly ball in the left field, and we have one away. All right, so Cullup is due up, but I think we're going to have to take him out. And let's go to my thing here. And so Easterly will come in the pinch hit for these guys. No, did I already have Easterly hit? No, I don't think I did. So Easterly will come in the pinch hit. All righty, so Cullup is out. He's gone 8. And so we got Easterly. Okay, Easterly on the pinch hit, 1 away. So Cullup is done for the day. He did very well, but he is done. And a 15. That's going to be an 8B. And well hit, but right in the center field. And there's 2 away. So nice job by Easterly, but he hit it right at the guy. And so now they're up to their last out. Dwayne comes by just in time to see the Packers fall apart with a run in the 8th. They tied it in the 8th, and then they gave up that run. So 2 away. Chadbourne, who's 0 for the day. Chadbourne, Finneran going for the complete game. 34-31. I think he's going to get it. That's a towering fly ball in the center field. Coming over and making the catch is Koff, and that'll do it. So that is our final score here today. It is the Tiptops 3 and the Packers 2. That is our final here as we played some Federal League baseball here tonight. Hope you enjoyed that. Had some fun with the Federal League stuff. And that is our final score. So we'll come back to Studio B. And that is that. Hope you guys had some fun with that one. That's always a good time, playing some APBA baseball late at night. It's always a fun time just to chill out here. I did have to rob one guy, though. I think it was this guy, Evans, here from the Tiptops. He was on Baltimore. So I need to make sure I pull him out. Yeah, this guy, Steve Evans. He had to steal him from Baltimore, if you can see that at all. So Evans was from Baltimore. So that is that. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. And I will put Evans back with the Baltimore Terrapins, if you will. And so we'll put 1915 back. And that's why I got this season, just so I could play and have some fun with it. Because I like to play the crazy teams, and that's fun. Like I'll get some ABA on the channel here. In fact, I might even set that up and play this here tonight offline. Get some ABA going for my bank shot. I can't stop playing that game. That's just so fun. But I know you guys are getting probably bored of it. So I wanted to play something different. So I got the Packers and the Tiptops. That was fun. 3-2, our final score. And what was even better about it, is it didn't go into extra innings. I'm real happy about that. And Dwayne comes by. Always great to see Apple on the channel. Yes, it is Dwayne. I need to get the master game going again, but I need to practice that, and I probably won't get to that till after the play convention. But I do want to get back to that and practice that. That was fun. I really like getting in depth with the APBA master, whereas you you try to every hit you're deciding whether to take the extra base. That's what's really fun about that. And then just the pitching chart, how it flows a little bit better than just A and B and C. So I do like the APBA master. I need to get better at it so I can like play that regularly, but it takes me a long time to play it. So that is that. So thanks for coming by, everyone. I might like I say, it's still somewhat early over here. I might set up some bank shot basketball ABA and just kind of play it myself. And maybe I'll pick it up in the morning. I got some errands to do in the morning. Got a busy day tomorrow. Wife's away, so I got to handle everything tomorrow. See if I can handle everything tomorrow, and then maybe I'll come back on in the afternoon with a little bit of bank shot basketball ABA. We'll see how it goes. But anyway, I'm Dave. Thanks for tuning in. I really appreciate it. Thanks for the kind words on the last podcast. That was a fun one to do. And again, got the convention coming up next week, so I think I'll be doing a pre-play pre-con podcast. Might just be myself just kind of talking about some of the things on that. So, and yes, I do enjoy playing APBA Basic and APBA Master. I just there's so many little things in APBA Master. I got to remember how to play it. So I'm going to try to do that. So, all right, we'll talk to you all later. Bye-bye.